The Astros travel to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. Our best picks are on the way. My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And today we got a player prop. We'll tease the same game parlay, and we're going to get right into it.
As always, guys, if you're watching this video and you aren't subscribed, just do us a real quick favor. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Austin, we've got to be really close to 50,000 subscribers. You guys in the community have been killing it all season long.
Yeah, maybe we'll hit that today. Speaking of 50,000 subscribers, we're still over 50 units on the MLB season. Let's recap, though, Game 2. We'll give you our takeaways, then get into our favorite picks. It wasn't 0-1 day. Zach Wheeler had the pitch count to get to, the 5 2/3 we needed, but it took him out early. Didn't end up mattering. Granted, Wheeler, let's be honest, Logan, he didn't pitch all too well, so I don't blame them for taking him out. But still, it was kind of a disappointing beat. But our same game parlay, which we did post on OddsJam, did cash. So definitely go check out that. We'll have another one on OddsJam. The link will be at the top of the description. It should be posted relatively soon after this video goes live. But Logan, before we hop into it, I want to hear your takeaway on Game 2. How you're feeling? I know you're a Phillies fan. How you feeling right now?
Yeah, I think Game 2 was sort of the humbling experience and the reminder of what Houston is capable of doing, right? That would have been an incredible opportunity for Philly to have seized Game 2 and have been up 2-0 coming back to Philadelphia. But I just knew that was a little bit ambitious. Now, to me, it was a little bit, concerning how they lost, right? They made Framber Valdez look like a freaking ace, top of the line pitcher with his 9 strikeouts, and Zach Wheeler just really didn't have it, right? That it almost seemed like these Houston hitters were really keying on his pitches, and it's just kind of it's a little bit of a head scratcher, that the Phillies are split 1-1, even though Nola and Wheeler, they're by far 2 best pitchers, each gave up 5 earned runs. That's a little bit dangerous, and that's why I want to be cautiously optimistic still on the Phillies. But I think the Astros once again flexed their offensive power and reminded everybody of what they're capable of.
Yeah, I'm not surprised when we log on to FanDuel and you look at the World Series odds that you see the Astros at -170. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is what the Astros are. They're a very consistent team, and they have arguably a much better pitcher staff from top to bottom than the Phillies do. The Phillies just have to bring their offense, which they've been doing time and time again, and hopefully they can do it in these next couple games at home because they're certainly going to need it. So, Logan, I'm going to throw it to you. You can give our favorite pick of the day, and it's going to be a pitcher. Pitchers for the Astros.
Yeah, it's going to be a player prop. I know a lot of people love your NBA player prop. So how about an MLB player prop? Let's see if we can cash one of these for the World Series, right? We're going to the Astros pitcher, and it's Lance McCullers Jr. We're taking his under 5.5 strikeouts. Plus 106 odds on FanDuel is your best value. As Austin's showing right here, there's only one book with it out at the time we're recording this video. We're recording it the night before. So as the other books come out with lines, I'm interested to see where this line does end up going. But it's plus value right now. And absolutely, I will go ahead and take it, a K prop at plus value. Now, if you look at Lance McCullers, right, in both postseason starts, McCullers Jr. has gone over this line. 6 Ks against the Yankees, 7 Ks against the Mariners. But you know what? Conditions are going to be different in Philly today, right? Incredible home crowd behind them. Halloween night. This is a very prime opportunity for this Phillies offense to be able to get to McCullers Jr. Because looking at those numbers, I mean, 6 strikeouts against the Yankees. Look, the Yankees have a ton of hitters in their lineup that really are just a walking strikeout. They really don't make the starting pitcher work all that much. So 6 Ks, I kind of discount that effort. 7 Ks against the Mariners, same thing, right? The Phillies offense to me is a notch above those teams that McCullers already did face in the postseason. So he's going to have his work cut out for him for sure. I'm hoping that the talented Philly offense can make it a spooky Halloween for Lance McCullers Jr., right? He could be seeing ghosts. This isn't football. This isn't Sam Darnold, but McCullers Jr., if he's not careful, could be seeing ghosts and be out of this one really early. And that's what we'd really like for the strikeout under, right? If you look at the last appearance, McCullers Jr. actually did get even touched up by the Yankees, right? He gave up 8 hits, 3 earned runs in only 5 innings. We remember that one pretty vividly because we had the Yankees' first 5 team total over. It was a spot to target against McCullers Jr. I was like, he's just one of those pitchers that, I think he's hittable. And the Yankees proved that. And I think the Phillies can use the blueprint that the Yankees had and definitely get some hits and runs up on Lance McCullers Jr. If you're looking at the last game, you're looking at Game 2, right? You got to be careful, right? Valdez, 9 Ks. You just look at that in the box score and you're just like, yeah, the Phillies were just swinging and missing. And I think it's a bit of an overreaction because if you look at Valdez, he's a really, really savvy pitcher at locating, at being a left-handed pitcher. He definitely had some of those Phillies hitters just really off balance. McCullers Jr. is definitely not as good as Valdez. And I think we're going to see that, on this display today. For hitters, I went and I looked at every hitter that's ever faced Lance McCullers Jr. And there's not a whole lot of plate appearances except for one. Gene Segura has faced McCullers a lot, and he doesn't have a great average versus him. Only 174 with 7 strikeouts. So really, when I look at a strikeout, prop too, I want to see, is there any like hitter that just is really struggling versus, this particular pitcher? Segura is the only really one that does, present a little bit of problems, in that lineup. But if you look at his splits, right, being a home game in this one is so advantageous for us. Segura much better at home. He's hitting .313 at home this postseason versus 185 on the road. He's one of those hitters, and several of these Phillies hitters just see the ball better at Citizens Bank Park. And I think they will be able to get to Lance McCullers Jr. today. I've seen Lance McCullers Jr. struggle with command in several outings this year, right? If the Phillies practice plate discipline, put the bat on their shoulder, don't swing at pitches way outside the zone, non-competitive pitches, and make Lance McCullers Jr. work, we should have a really good chance at cashing this one. Austin, we know from the regular season, there's a lot more pathways to cash a strikeout total under than there are the over. So I am really liking this bet today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's always, I rather target a lot of unders more so than overs. Because, yeah, you're right. There could be a bunch of foul outs. There could be just a bunch of random things that go down. Teams bunting, sack fly, all this random stuff that could go down. I mean, we know McCullers, he can have innings out there where he's throwing 25, 30 pitches. And we know the stats, not only just for MLB, but for every other sport, whether it's, basketball or really any sport where game 3, pivotal game 3. Normally a team that wins game 3 wins the series more often than not. I don't know the exact number. I think it's over 70%. So wouldn't be surprised if we see the Astros kind of deplete their bullpen. They obviously had a day off. So the guys have all been well rested for this game. And I think they'll be able to, Valdez gave them a good showing. So they didn't use a ton of their bullpen in that game. Won't be surprised if they see McCullers walk a couple guys, and then here comes up like a Bryce Harper or, all those guys in the lineup. They might be like, all right, we don't need to risk McCullers here. Let's get to our bullpen. The strength of the team, we know the Astros bullpen ERA was like top 2 all year long. But Logan, I have a question for you. Who do you think wins this game? It's relatively pick 'em. The Astros are about -130, a little bit more favored. Do you think the Astros go up 2-1, or do you think the Phils got a chance with Syndergaard Thor on the mound?
Yeah, I don't love backing Noah Syndergaard. I don't love backing him. But I do think the Phillies are going to be riding that home crowd, and they're going to be riding a little bit of, offensive momentum that they did steal splitting in Houston. I think the Phillies do get game 3. It's just kind of my gut in this one. I think they do chase Lance McCullers relatively early in this one. As you mentioned, any signs of danger, that's another, factor that can help this bet, right? I don't think they're going to let Lance McCullers be out there struggling. Like if he's just not, having it, they have so many more capable bullpen arms that they will deploy at any given time. So I do think the Phillies steal this one. I do like them at plus value. They're going to have an electric Halloween crowd behind them.
Yeah, it's going to be a great atmosphere, so definitely enjoy the game while you watch it. I kind of lean towards the Astros, but I'm not going to put any money on it because I don't want to root against the Phillies. Obviously, COS is riding with the Phillies, given our future bets that we have riding with them. Can't root against them here in game 3, but we appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. A couple other videos popping up on the screen. We'll be back again for game 4 with our favorite picks. That same game parlays on OddsJam. Go click the link top of the description. You'll see it there. Let's cash 2 in a row. See you guys back again for game 4. Peace.